top stories. Crew and passengers safe in Saba after being missing at sea. Police issue statement on increase in robberies, and police investigating alleged armed robbery in St. Peter's. The details to these stories and more after the break.
Are you ready for the summer? Need a plan like no other. Stay connected when you're on the go.
Sign up for internet and get 1 month free, plus a chance to pay $0 for the rest of the year. Plus, get a chance to win free data, gas vouchers, $500 cash weekly, grocery vouchers, Fed tickets, and more.
Switch over to Flow.
Be ready for school with the coolest deals from Quartz. Free gift with your back-to-school purchases. Plus big discounts on cell phones, computers, printers, televisions, and more. Shop today with no cash and get instant credit on 3 to 48 months credit plan. Save big with great deals at Head Back to School in Style. Only from Quartz. Bringing value home. Conditions apply.
In cricket, there are a few essentials. A bat, a pitch, a ball, some fielders, and plenty of refreshments. Enjoy the cricket with Angostura Chill. Angostura Chill, the official refreshment partner of the Hero CPL T20.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Major Newscast. I'm Jason Davis. 4 Nevis residents who were missing at sea for a short time are back on land safe and sound. According to information given by the St. Kitts Nevis Coast Guard, the persons are Janice Walters from Jamaica and Nevisians Garfield Jeffers, Cassio Williams, and Kyle Hanley, who is also the captain. Friends and family members took to social media to share their relief upon hearing that they are okay. Reports online said that after participating in the Anguilla Poker Run over the weekend, the 4 began their journey home in Playboy, a mini skater speedboat. According to the Coast Guard, there was some difficulty with the fuel line and battery. A search party of the St. Martin Coast Guard, Saba Coast Guard, and St. Kitts Nevis Coast Guard was commissioned on Monday morning. The SKN Coast Guard performed a parallel search 14 miles south of Saba. The 4 were found by a fishing vessel of Saba and were taken to the harbor. Currently, the SKN Coast Guard is conducting an interview with the Dutch Coast Guard and police. The 4 seem to be in good health, according to the SKN Coast Guard. They will return home shortly. Captain Hanley will then decide on how he will retrieve his boat. In light of the recent spate of reported robbery incidents, the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force has issued a statement. The police say that there will be increased deployment of additional manpower and resources to address the spate of robberies. The statement also said, quote, "We continue to implore citizens and businesses to be vigilant and proactive in safeguarding their well-being and assets. Specifically, we direct our advice towards business owners, encouraging them to assess and bolster their existing security protocols and, where applicable, to implement cash handling procedures that prioritize employee safety. For those lacking reliable security measures, we strongly recommend reconsideration as the protection of employees and assets is of paramount importance," end quote. Recommended security measures include burglar alarm systems and closed-circuit television, ample and functional lighting both inside and around the premises as well. Customs duties on security systems have been waived if persons wish to import these devices. The statement continues that the police understand the impact criminal acts can have on the victims, employees, and residents, and they're committed to taking swift and decisive action to bring those responsible to justice. The statement said, quote, "With the public's cooperation, we're confident that this spike in criminal activity will be successfully and strongly quelled and peace and order restored to our society," end quote. In the meantime, the police are investigating the armed robbery of a male civilian on the weekend. The incident was reported as having occurred on August 12 between 7:30 and 8:30 p.m. at Douglas Estate in St. Peters. The alleged victim came to the Bastyr police station and reported that shortly after making a purchase at an eatery, he observed 4 males dressed in black standing in the dark area while driving. Upon getting closer, the 4 assailants approached the vehicle, pointed a weapon at him, and demanded that he stop. The assailants, all of whom he said were wearing masks, then forced him into the back seat of his vehicle. He reported that the assailants drove for some time before forcing him out of the vehicle in the area of the Kim Collins Highway. He said 2 assailants also exited the vehicle and proceeded to rob him of some personal effects before driving away in the vehicle, which also contained numerous valuable personal items of his. The alleged victim was not harmed during the incident. An investigation into the matter is ongoing, and the general public will be updated as it progresses. And the police are also asking the public for any assistance that can be provided in the pursuance of this matter. In other news, Premier of Nevis, the Honourable Mark Brantley, has expressed his gratitude to Prime Minister the Honourable Dr. Terence Drew for facilitating the transfer of funds from the Republic of China Taiwan for Phase 2 of the ongoing Penny's Beach project on Nevis. Premier Brantley met with Dr. Drew and Republic of China Taiwan resident ambassador, His Excellency Michael Lin, on Thursday at the Prime Minister's office. There, Ambassador Lin handed the funds to the federal government through Prime Minister Drew, who then gave the funds to the Nevis Island administration through Premier Brantley. Premier Brantley is quoted as saying, "I am grateful to the Republic of China Taiwan for its continued assistance to the people of Nevis and the wider Federation. I also welcome the growing cooperation between the federal government and the Nevis Island administration. It is important that Bastyr and Charlestown work collaboratively to continue the development momentum of St. Kitts and Nevis." End quote. Phase 2 of the Penny's Beach project began in December of 2022. The project includes the upgrade of the area immediately west of the Malcolm Gishard Recreational Park surrounding the existing restaurants. Other works include the construction of bathroom facilities, a road network, sewage treatment, parking lot, street lighting, and greater security, including greater CCTV coverage. Premier Brantley said the goal is to create an ecosystem at Penny's Beach for entertainment, leisure, for family activities, for locals and visitors. This final phase of the project is expected to be completed by August of 2024. After the break, Culture Summer Camp now underway, and 1973 and 1978 netball champs celebrate victory anniversary. Stay with us.
The biggest party in sport is back. CPL returns with more action than ever before.
Are you kidding me? Ollie!
Watch the biggest names in cricket battle it out in the race for glory.
Brilliantly! Celebrate some more!
Get your tickets now at cplp20.com or at the box office. Join the party. Experience cricket played louder.
50,000?
50,000.
$50,000? Win big with TDC! Win up to $50,000 cash in the TDC Mega Rewards Mega Raffle! To enter, you must be a Mega Rewards member or sign up to TDC Mega Rewards Loyalty Program. Shop at our TDC retail stores or online at shoptdcgroup.com to receive 1 entry for every $250 spent. Draws take place from July to November. Win $10,000 every month with your entry rolled over so you can win, and win even more.
Yes, this is 50.
Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. The Honorable Congress Maynard Roots and Culture Summer Camp is underway, and an opening ceremony was held at the Dr. William Connor Primary School on Monday. During the ceremony, camp manager Tasha Hendrickson gave an overview of the camp, noting that it will be steeped in the Federation's culture and traditions.
Children will delve deep into the rich tapestry of shared history, traditions and customs, building a foundation of understanding and appreciation. Through hands-on activities, storytelling sessions, traditional music, dance, craft, and even food, our young explorers will not only learn about different cultures, but they'll also see the beauty in diversity. They'll discover the stories of our ancestors, learn Asian crafts, and participate in age-old rituals, all while making new friends and creating memories that would last a lifetime.
Throughout the camp, the students will participate in activities such as baking, storytelling, and drumming. During his remarks, Parliamentary Representative for Constituency Number 3, the Honourable Congress Maynard, said it is important to raise awareness about the history and culture of the Federation among the younger generation.
We have a very, very rich and deep culture here in St. Kitts and Nevis. And myself and the group decided that we want to ensure that children like yourself are aware of our roots and culture here in St. Kitts and Nevis. And so that is why we conceived this particular summer camp, not just an ordinary summer camp, but one that you can learn about our history and our heritage.
He said that he hopes this is the start of a long-standing summer camp that the students can look forward to each year. The camp runs from August 14 to 18. A series of activities is being held this week to mark the 45th and 50th anniversaries of the national netball team's victory at the Caribbean Netball Championships in 1973 and 78. Both original teams have been reunited and are participating in several events to mark the occasion. On Sunday, the teams worshipped at the Antioch Baptist Church, and on Monday, the captain spoke with ZIZ News about the historic wins in 73 and 78. Captain of the 1973 team, Hilary Francis Lewis, said after their victory that year, the country came together as one to celebrate.
Especially when I reached home, I had so many people at the airport. The Prime Minister was at the airport, Dr. Simmons was at the airport, and Brian was at the airport. We had a whole force to meet us. I felt great, and I think that the country looked like it was just one. No separation, whether politics or what. We always just one.
Captain of the 1978 team, Rosemary McMaster Rollins, said the secret to their success was teamwork and togetherness.
As the team captain, I learned to work with different personalities. You know, we were able to come together as a team. We were focused and committed. And with that commitment, we just ignored all the outside noise. You know, there was, a lot of chit chat. Some people didn't make the team that weren't happy, and we had to ignore all that stuff. You know how it is when everybody thinks they're great enough for the team, but you could only take so many people, right? So you ignore all that stuff and focus on the task at hand.
She said being part of the team helped her in other areas of her life by providing a sense of structure.
50 years of playing, we had to prioritize stuff throughout the day. You had to focus on getting good grades. You had to focus on being committed to the team. You had to focus on making sure you got up to make the morning practice. and finish those runs that the late Earl Clark had, that fitness regimen that he gave us. So over the years, I have taken those lived experiences that I had during netball and relied on them to help me throughout life.
Throughout the rest of the week, the team will engage in radio appearances, the launch of a primary school netball competition, a community outreach day, a fun sport activity at Netball City, and a gala and awards ceremony. The Embassy of St. Kitts and Nevis in the Republic of China, Taiwan, successfully hosted its first traveling English summer camp from August 7 to 11. 30 students from the Gurji Senior High School in New Taipei City were engaged in a week of fun-filled educational activities held under the theme A Week in St. Kitts and Nevis. Resident Ambassador to Taiwan, His Excellency Donya Francis, stated that the camp was organized as part of the Embassy's Sharing Kindness and Nurturing Love, or SKN Love, outreach program. The SKN Love outreach program was launched on June 1. He's quoted as saying, "We taught the students about St. Kitts and Nevis's rich culture and history. They were also given the opportunity to make and taste some of our local cuisine, such as coconut dumplings and saltfish, tamarind balls, and bread pudding." End quote. He explained that the camp not only encouraged the students to learn about St. Kitts and Nevis, but it also provided them with the opportunity to improve their English speaking and listening skills. Other highlights of the camp were the creation of the folklore troupe Clowns, Masks and Hats, performing of cultural dances and other art forms, the making of friendship bracelets, and drawing a depiction of St. Kitts and Nevis and Taiwan's 40 years of friendship. The top 3 students in the drawing competition will be announced and awarded at a reception on September 19 in celebration of the Federation's 40th independence anniversary. Ambassador Francis also mentioned that last month, Bastyr High School in St. Kitts and Gurji Senior High School signed a memorandum of understanding to strengthen their ongoing relationship. The embassy will be hosting its second traveling English summer camp on August 22 to 24 at the Blessed Imelda's School in Taipei. In other news, Shania Liburd and Raquela Burke are the most recent beneficiaries of the Medical University of the Americas, or MUA, and the Nevis Island Administration's Scholarship Program. During the recently held Scholarship Awards ceremony at the Department of Gender Affairs Conference Room, Minister of Health, the Honorable Janelle Nisbet, congratulated the recipients and shared words of encouragement with them. Ms. Liburd is headed to the Western Illinois University to pursue undergraduate studies in nutrition and diet ethics, while Ms. Burke will pursue counseling at Northern Caribbean University in Jamaica. Every year, the MUA/NIA Scholarship Program grants aspiring university students the opportunity to pursue undergraduate studies at an accredited higher learning institution. In a congratulatory message, Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Mark Brantley, wished both awardees success in their academic pursuits. He was heartened by the fact that there were 5 applicants this year, as sometimes there were very few pursuing the opportunity. Coming up in regional news, composting facility established in Grenada. The details when we return.
Are you ready to let it flow to light up your life? Get ready for the most electrifying event of the year. It's the Let It Flow to Light Up Your Life sales event at Horsfield's Building and Nevis Centers. For limited time only, Horsfield's Building and Nevis Centers are offering an unbelievable discount of 25% off on all electrical and plumbing items. Yes, you heard that right, 25% off. It's time to make those electrical and plumbing upgrade and renovation dreams a reality. Whether you're a do-it-yourself enthusiast or a professional contractor, we've got everything you need to transform your space. From dazzling chandeliers to high-quality wiring, from stylish faucets to top-notch plumbing fixtures, we've got it all. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to save big on top brands and the latest innovations in electrical and plumbing. Spruce up your living space, revamp your kitchen, and turn your bathroom from ordinary to luxury and more. Hurry, hurry, hurry! This event won't last forever, so head over to Horswood's Building and Nevis Centers today and let it flow and light up your life with our phenomenal 25% off sales event on all electrical and plumbing items. Try Horswood's first, your one-stop destination for all your electrical and plumbing needs. Terms and conditions apply.
$50,000?
$50,000?
$50,000? Win big with TDC! Win up to $50,000 cash in the TDC Mega Rewards Mega Raffle! To enter, you must be a Mega Rewards member or sign up to TDC Mega Rewards Loyalty Program. Shop at our TDC retail stores or online at shoptdcgroup.com to receive one entry for every $250 spent. Draws take place from July to November. Win $10,000 every month with your entry rolled over so you can win and win even more.
Yes, this is 50.
Terms and conditions apply.
Are you ready for the summer? Need a plan like no other. Stay connected when you're on the go.
Sign up for internet and get 1 month free, plus a chance to pay $0 for the rest of the year. Plus, get a chance to win free data, gas vouchers, $500 cash weekly, grocery vouchers, Fed tickets, and more.
Switch over to Flow.
Regionally, in Grenada, a new composting facility was erected at the Mirabel Propagation Station with support from the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture, or IECA, and the Direct Aid Program, or DAP. More in this GBN News report.
Mirabel Propagation Station, one of the largest on island, is now home to a new composting facility. This location will be used as a demonstration site to educate and encourage the farming community about this sustainable practice, as well as reduce the cost to preparation of plants annually. This project falls under the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Fisheries and Cooperatives. The new facility, equipped with a wood chipper, was made possible through support from the Direct Aid Program, DAP, which is a flexible small grants program of the Australian government that supports development projects that contribute to sustainable economic growth and poverty reduction. Chief Agronomist and Manager of the Mirabel Agricultural Station, Alison Haynes, anticipates a reduction in the cost of material, particularly potting medium for plants. She says the practice of paying thousands of dollars to prepare potting soil will be a thing of the past.
Considering that composting is such a sustainable technology that is so easy to implement on our farm. Imagine with composting you're able to get rid of your waste and at the same time produce a substrate that you can use to provide the nutrients for your plants that your plants need and the conditions that your plants need to grow. You do not need to depend on the artificial fertilizers. And with this shed we may just be able to do so. We have so far procured some cows. If you look at it, we have some cattle. We get a pen manure. And we have been, this is the way we want to go. We want to be able to produce our own compost to include our potting medium.
Gregory Del Sol, technical specialist, IECA Grenada delegation, said this practice will lend to a reduction in the need for pesticides and synthetic fertilizers as it enriches the soil and promotes healthy plant growth.
On behalf of IECA, I want to first express our profound appreciation to the Australian Aid, because they are the ones who gave us the funding to carry out this brown gold project, the development of composting Grenada. So we are supporting the Maribo propagation station. We are also supporting CADI in terms of building compost capacity in the country. I hope that this could be a continuous thing, that we see the use of composting across the country on more farms, because it's not just, it benefits you, it benefits the consuming public as well, as you will use less of those very toxic things that we still to a large extent bring into the country.
Maribo is the largest of 4 of the government's propagation stations and is where most of the crops sold during the annual plant distribution season are prepared and sold to the public. Christina John, GBN News.
Small hospitality businesses in St. Lucia are being affected by ongoing regional flight disruptions. Inter-Caribbean Airways has experienced a number of interruptions that have caused frustration and inconvenience for passengers across the network over the past weeks. More in this report.
Travelers all over the Caribbean, including St. Lucia, have been expressing frustration and outrage over the delays and cancellations of Inter-Caribbean Airways flights to and from the destinations. The disruptions, which have left many stranded on airports, have been blamed on unforeseen temporary staffing issues. French carrier Air Antilles too had operations disrupted in the past days due to ongoing strike action in Guadeloupe and Martinique. The delays and cancellations have affected local properties whose niche market is from within the region, says CEO of the SLHGA, Nurania ZIZ. He noted that the recent issues further compound the already existing issues in regional travel.
It is encouraging, though, to hear that the commitment at the highest levels from some of these carriers is towards improving their service to commuters regionally. Our regional tourism arrivals is something that we have been keeping our eyes on. There is significant room for improvement. That particular block of visitors do impact significantly our smaller and mid-sized properties, and those delays do nothing good for our industry, not only for those leisure travelers but also for business travelers whose movement throughout the island has been significantly stymied after COVID.
Aziz pointed out that flight disruptions affect not only travelers but also airlines. Punctuality is crucial in air travel, and delays and cancellations can damage an airline's reputation.
Service has become a huge competitive point in this day and age, and businesses would do well to pay very close attention to the needs and demands of their consumers and to be able to adjust accordingly to make sure that they offer those service standards at the very highest levels and with enhanced efficiencies. At the end of the day, the consumer is very careful about who they spend their money on and which services they avail themselves to. Sadly, the offerings are not very competitive regionally right now. There is not sufficient competition among these carriers, and so for far too long, regional commuters have just been sadly disposed or at the mercy of inefficiencies of aircraft carriers.
The SLHTA head expressed hope for more action from regional heads of government to address regional travel issues. For the DBS News World, I am Zin Romulus.
Coming up, what is Eris, the new COVID variant? International news is next.
The biggest party in sport is back. CPL returns with more action than ever before.
Are you kidding me? Volley!
Watch the biggest names in cricket battle it out in the race for glory.
Brilliantly! Celebrate some more!
Get your tickets now at cplp20.com or at the box office. Join the party. Experience cricket played louder.
Are you ready for the summer? Need a plan like no other. Stay connected when you're on the go.
Sign up for internet and get 1 month free, plus a chance to pay $0 for the rest of the year. Plus, get a chance to win free data, gas vouchers, $500 cash weekly, grocery vouchers, Fed tickets, and more.
Switch over to Flow.
Internationally, COVID infections and hospitalizations are on the rise, and health officials are pointing to a new variant, EG5, also nicknamed Eris. But what do we know about it, and should we be worried? More in this report.
COVID-19 infections and hospitalizations are on the rise, and health officials are pointing to a new variant, EG.5, also nicknamed Eris. So what do we know about it, and should we be worried? The World Health Organization classifies EG.5 as a variant of interest that should be carefully watched. Eris is a subvariant of the Omicron lineage that originally emerged in November 2021. But despite mutations that might make the variant more severe and contagious, the WHO says Eris currently does not seem to pose more of a threat to public health than other variants. As of the 8th of August, Eris has been found in more than 50 countries. That's according to the WHO. It is the most common and fastest growing COVID subvariant in the United States. According to the CDC, it's estimated to be responsible for around 17% of all current cases. Pfizer, Moderna and Novavax have all created new versions of their vaccines to target another Omicron sublineage, XBB.1.5, which is similar to Eris.
The party of Ecuador's slain presidential candidate on Sunday tapped a reporter to take his place on the ballot later this month, showed up for a national debate wearing bulletproof vests. Journalist Christian Zurita will take the place of the assassinated Fernando Villavicencio in the August 20 elections, the party announced. Here's more.
An unexpected change of electoral plan for Ecuador's opposition. After the assassination of its presidential candidate Fernando Villavicencio, the Build Ecuador movement had planned on his running mate Andrea Gonzalez replacing him in next Sunday's snap election, but instead she announced that the candidate would be someone else.
The candidate we have decided on in an agreement with Build Ecuador party is Christian Zurita, Fernando Villavicencio's brother in the struggle. He will accompany me not to let the timing of the National Electoral Council be a reason for disqualification and to fulfil the dream not only of Fernando Villavicencio, but of all of us who believe in him.
The reason for the change was the slow response from the National Electoral Council regarding Gonzalez's proposed candidacy.
I could not allow his political project to be lost by the National Electoral Council through a possible dismissal of his candidacy. Fernando Villavicencio's project is intact, and I had to fight for it.
Like the late Villavicencio, Christian Zurita is both a former legislator and an investigative journalist with a track record of exposing corruption. Villavicencio was shot dead after a campaign rally in the capital Quito on Wednesday. 6 suspects, all Colombian nationals accused of links to criminal groups, have been charged with the murder and remain in custody. Adolfo Macias, the leader of Los Choneros, one of Ecuador's most powerful gangs, was also transferred to a maximum security section of one of Guayaquil's main prisons. Villavicencio's widow has accused the Ecuadorian government of failing to ensure her husband's safety, even as he was under the protection of a government security detail.
You're never too young to start planning for your financial future. That's why I decided to visit National Caribbean Insurance to speak with one of their friendly sales agents.
Here at NCI, we strive to ensure customer satisfaction by choosing the right policy for you. Our endowment plans provides customers with adequate returns on their investments. The quinquennial bonus policy offers a 25% payout of the sum assured every 5 years. Other life insurance packages can help to secure your family's future. Also, please consider our health plans so you can be reimbursed for medical expenses to ease financial impact. Just remember, the younger you are, the more affordable insurance is for you.
Don't wait until it's too late to apply. Make an appointment to see a sales agent.
Visit us today. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
First up in sports, Spain is determined to reach the Women's World Cup final for the first time as it faces off against Sweden in the semi-finals on Tuesday. Here's more.
Spain and Sweden are set for a showdown. In a highly anticipated match, the two sides will lock horns at Eden Park on Tuesday for a place in the Women's World Cup final. Spain is determined to make history by reaching the showpiece game for the first time. They'll be up against a tough Swedish side, eager to maintain its momentum after defeating former champions USA and Japan. It'll be Sweden's fifth semi-final appearance, but Spain's offensive form could be the key to overcoming its solid defence.
The winners will face one out of England and Australia in the final. The hosts have had an unforgettable competition. Their quarter-final victory against France on penalties, the most-watched TV event since way back at the 2000 Olympics. The Matildas have captured the hearts of their nation, but before the attention turns back to them, the eyes of the footballing world will be on both Spain and Sweden in Auckland. Whatever happens, we will be seeing a new name on this FIFA Women's World Cup trophy. Sam Ashu for Euronews in Sydney.
North America's NBA honored some of its European greats at the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame ceremony on Saturday. France's Tony Parker, Germany's Dirk Nowitzki, and Spain's Pau Gasol were among the 12 new inductees. Al Jazeera's Sohail Malik reports.
There was no shortage of star power at this year's NBA Hall of Fame ceremony. There was also a distinct European flavour to the occasion. French legend Tony Parker, a four-time NBA champion with the San Antonio Spurs, one of 3 stars from the continent inducted into the class of 2023.
I feel very blessed. It was an unbelievable journey. I never thought somebody like me can experience something like that. So for all the kids who are watching, keep dreaming big.
LA Lakers great Pau Gasol was also inducted. The Spaniard, who won 2 NBA championship rings, used his moment on stage to pay tribute to his late great teammate, Kobe Bryant.
I wouldn't be here without you, brother. I wish more than anything that you and Gigi were here today with us. I miss you and love you.
Respect was the message from German Dirk Nowitzki, a 14-time All-Star. He spearheaded the Dallas Mavericks to the title in 2011.
Pau, Tony, D. Wade, I didn't always like you guys. We competed at the highest level, but there was always an appreciation of your guys' greatness, so thank you guys.
Homegrown legends were also honored. Dwayne Wade, who Nowitzki mentioned, won 3 championships. He was famously part of Miami Heat's Big Three alongside LeBron James and Chris Bosh. Wade could have had another title had it not been for this man, his fellow Hall of Famer, coach Greg Popovich.
Don't speak, just sit there.
Popovich's team beat Miami to the title in 2014. It was one of 5 NBA titles for the notoriously grumpy 74-year-old.
I tried to think of a word that would describe what this might feel like, and it feels even... Shush. And it feels even different than I thought it would. But for me, it's unimaginable.
You are now hereby enshrined.
This was a special night in Massachusetts. Next year's class have a tough act to follow. Sohail Malik, Al Jazeera.
When we come back, we'll have another look at the stories that made the headlines. Stay tuned.
It's okay to party. It's okay to drink. But it's never okay to drive after drinking at a party. Make it a night to remember, not a night to forget. Stay alive. Don't drink and drive. Make the right choice. St. Kitts and Nevis.
We now wrap up with a recap of the top stories. Crew and passengers safe in Saba after being missing at sea. Police issue statement on increase in robberies, and police investigate alleged armed robbery in St. Peter's. And that's it for the ZIZ Major Newscast. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jason Davis.